it's really important to get the managers together, and you see the quality of the managers, the amount of games that they've had between them, the experience. So it's certainly good that we get together. It's important that we talk about the issues which are involved in football nowadays, and from that point of view I'm really enjoying it, and it's good, the company's very good, and the ideas which are getting thrown up are excellent.
I agree with David. It's important to meet the other managers because you can improve, you can understand something, what happened in this period. I'm as a national team manager, it's different work, it's different job, and it's really interesting to know the problems that they got.
Well, it was very important when I was a young manager that I tried to speak with the experienced managers to gain information, advice, knowledge. So I'd recommend all the young coaches, all the young managers, come and listen to Sir Alex Ferguson or Roy Hodgson, Fabio. We're very fortunate, the people that we have here, that it would be too big an opportunity to miss. If I was a young coach, I still think I'm a young coach, but it would be too big an opportunity for young managers to miss, to get a chance to speak and hear what these people have to say.
For me, it was really important when I was young, when I started my career as a manager, to meet a really important manager and ask it a lot of things to know much better my job. The experience of the old manager is really important for the young managers.
Well, I've enjoyed listening to Sir Alex Ferguson talking about how the LMA moves forward, and how we try and move football forward in general, and the things which we're debating today are varied and wide. We've had a lot of discussion about situations on the football field, like refereeing decisions now, simulation, dissent, and it's interesting to see, but I do think that nearly everybody has the same views. We all want to do the right things for the good of the game, and in saying that, we want to take it forward, keep progressing football, and it's really good to see all the people here are basically agreeing with the facts that we have to try and improve, and that's what we're trying to do just now.
Everything in this debate was really interesting, and everything we spoke about, to know the idea, the others people, the other manager here, and really interesting what he said, Sir Alex.
I think you have to continue to learn. I think whether you're an experienced coach or manager or inexperienced, I think you have to go out there and find ways of giving yourself better knowledge, better understanding of the game. And I, for one, this is why you come to situations like we're in just now, because I think that I get an opportunity to learn from people like Fabio. But I'm sure because football's changing and moving in so many different directions and things are happening, it's even important for Fabio, as he said earlier, to come and hear what's going on at sort of league level in England.
When as a manager you think to know everything, is the moment that you stop your career. You need to learn every day, you need to study, you need to speak with the other people, you need to be interesting in our job. This is really important. And here was really interesting to know the idea and everything.
Well, I don't think I could put down my longevity down to one one reason. I think I've been driven to try and succeed from within, but that wouldn't be enough to get me get me the success I would hope to achieve. I've been very fortunate to work with a good club who've given me an opportunity, allowed to make mistakes, which every manager will do. So from that point of view, the chairman I've got at Everton's been very good. And I think that what I've tried to do is continue trying to progress, make myself better if I can by going in courses, watching people work. And like everybody else, you always need a little bit of good fortune to go along with it.
Before to be a manager, I worked, was a coach in the academy for 5 years. 1 year as a coach assistant, after as a manager. After this period, I was the CEO of the academy, and after I was involved in other sports like baseball, volleyball, rugby, ice hockey. It was interesting to know everything, the other part of the sports, because the problems is completely different. But also in the same period, I had courses of marketing and courses of psychology. It was really important for me to improve my nose, and this helped me really well, a lot helped me in my career. And when I started as a manager, was more or less ready, but after some years I improved a lot, because when I started to manage the professional players, it was different to manage the other sports.
Being with the managers, their company is really important. We get very little time to spend in each other's company. We might have 20 minutes after a game when we play each other. And you hear that we've all got very similar views, very similar problems. And because of that, I think I'll take away the other managers, whatever we say, we're in the same industry together. We're all trying to be managers. We're all trying to be successful managers, albeit competing against one another. But actually away from it, we all want to work and try and be as good as we possibly can.
I heard 2 or 3 really important things. Will be interesting for me to put this thing that I heard in my job with the national team.
How do I see football changing? I do see a different style which has been coming in for quite a while. Barcelona, the style that Barcelona have introduced. But I'm sure there'll be another style, there'll be something else, and it's the next future. The type of players we're developing. I think I don't think football will change dramatically that much, but I think the styles on the field, systems, tactics will evolve, and that's why to actually be involved in the LMA, it gives me an opportunity to hear what's new, hear what's modern, and share views with other managers.
For me, the most important thing is the power of the agent with the players. And it's really hard for the manager to decide to win, to sell the players, because the power of the manager is really high. Tactically, I think the new style is Barcelona, but if you try to copy the style, you made a big mistake, because the style can play only with the players of Barcelona. But really, some you can copy. The defensive style, when you lose the ball, they go forward together to win back the ball quickly. Never go back, never return it to midfielder. They lose the ball, they go forward. For me, this is something new. In my nose, the long time ago was Ajax. They played a total football with offside, pressing, forward. After AC Milan style, it was really important with Arrigo and with me. I followed the work that Arrigo started. And now it's new football, is the Barcelona. But not the style to ball possession, because if you got a lot of ball possession, but not the imagination with the players like Iniesta or Messi, it's impossible to play this style. I think you need to find the good solution, and you need to know the value of your players. You can play this style, you play this style like more or less like Barcelona. But if you got an example, the players like the Stoke, you did to play long ball to create difficult problems for the opponents.
Yeah, I think what you've got in your own team will always be important. If you don't have a Barcelona-like players or team, then you can't play in that style. And that's part of management, is that you have to win to stay in the job, which we talk about for managers, how we have such a short period in the jobs. but then you have to find your own identity and what's best suited for your team.